So we just interviewed the former mayor of the city of Birmingham, Larry Langford, and she heard he was real cool. Now we're about to get ready to dissect that interview. It wasn't really political. It was more we people, we family, and this is what the people need to hear. So now we're going to get political with it, and hope you enjoyed the second half of the show. So, you heard it. Did you like it? I hope you did. Like I said, we're going to keep it real, like all the way real. And real consists of just getting into what it is, not what it ain't. Like the politics, all that's, you know, that's out there. The other media does a good job at blasting them and putting all that out. And we do a better job of getting to know people for who they are and what they've done already. If you didn't know, now you know. Alright? So, how y'all feel?
Great.
I enjoyed that.
I did. I wish we had them longer.
Keep real.
Yeah.
Yeah, he keep it real.
Keep it real.
If you love Uncle Larry, let me hear you say yeah. Yeah. Welcome back to the School of Hip Hop 95.7 Jams. I'm your local lady. We do have a special guest in the building, Attorney Eric Guster.
Good evening. How are you? I'm fine. How are you?
I'm great. So we seen the billboards. We seen them standing around town. You know, seen them on Facebook, YouTube. Yeah, seen him on YouTube.
The commercial.
He's cool, like a cool attorney. Welcome to the School of Hip Hop.
Thank you for inviting me. I appreciate it.
Oh, of course. We've been trying to make this happen for a minute. So, a little bit about you, just a little bit first.
I'm a lawyer in Birmingham.
Okay.
My name is Eric Guster. I've been practicing for over 7 years. We primarily do criminal defense.
Okay.
We also handle some divorce cases, medical malpractice cases, injury cases. But we've been following the Larry Langford trial, and we came here to share our views on what will happen next since his conviction.
All right. Your passion is to get justice.
We seek justice. We help people who can't help themselves. We speak for people who've been accused of crimes and wrongs. You know, that's what we do, and we go fight for people.
All right.
That's what I do for a living.
Hey. All right then. So you've been doing your homework.
I have.
And I'm excited because a lot of people don't even know what this whole big deal. You know, what is this? What happened to Larry Langford? Like, what was the final straw that really just made everything crash? And we keep hearing the sewer bond debt issue. Like, what is that?
Okay, the sewer debt was created because the Jefferson County was sued by the Cahaba River Society because they were polluting the water. So Jefferson County had to go borrow money to redo the sewers. So what happened with that, we had to refinance. They decided to refinance some of the bonds, which are kind of like loans that you and I would get for a car.
Okay.
And in the act of refinancing them, some of the investment brokers were trying to bribe people and influence people to get business. That's what Larry Langford was accused of doing and was found guilty of accepting some kickbacks from some of these people. So
basically, Eric, you have a company, and the work, what you mean by the work, you would come in and do these sewers over or something?
Well, what they accused Mayor Langford doing was accepting money from people who were doing some of the financing.
Okay.
Not necessarily the work. Other commissioners were accused of getting money from some of the contractors who were involved.
People. Okay. Right. So he's at the top of the line with the people that would actually get the money rolling to get the work done.
Right, to get the money and refinance the bond.
Okay. So
that's what he's accused of doing.
You all get it now, right? Did we get that from the beginning, or did we miss all of that? Like, I didn't really understand what it was. You know. Okay, I was just thinking.
I did shoot a new YouTube video explaining this on youtube.com/ERICGUSTER.
Okay.
Hopefully it will be up later on tonight. I'm uploading it from home now.
Also, you can go and check out us on YouTube too. You can go to Woo Jams, WOOJAMZ, and you can also go to Your Local Lady Woo. It's 2 pages. Which one? Your Local Lady Woo. That's what has the shows. The other one is personal, but it's real funny. So go check that out also. Anyway, more information makes everything clearer. So now we know what the problem was. Right. Accepting gifts and kind of getting caught up in saying, well, look, Candace, I'm going to, I need you to go get some cell phones for me. You know, the panel needs new cell phones. And I want you to go back to work. You bring me a box of phones. I want to get 2, though. And if you do that, I can get you more business elsewhere.
That's what's up.
And it's easy. That's how it goes.
That's how you know.
Simple.
It's easy. You get what you ask for, and then when you see somebody giving something, you take it. Hell, I want to
see why not.
And 805 years will be waiting on both of y'all at the end of the rainbow.
I ain't telling. We'll be in there together if we in there.
So with that being said, though, those years waiting. A lot of people think that he's going to actually serve 800 and so many years.
Well, sentencing is left up to the trial judge.
Okay.
And sentencing should be, I believe, in January. And after sentencing, that's when the mayor can file his notice of appeal.
Okay.
Which he's already, his lawyers have already filed a motion for new trial, which the judge can hear that before sentencing. But after sentencing, a notice of appeal can be filed, which he may still be able to stay out on bond pending his appeal. That's what's going on with Gary White and Chris McNair.
Mm-hmm.
They're still out on bond, which essentially the judge will say, don't do anything criminal. Don't leave the country.
Right.
They may have to surrender their passports, things like that, but they can still be free pending appeal. And that's what Chris McNair and Gary White are doing now.
And that's what we think would make sense. Tell me, how do you feel? This is on kind of personal, but also legal. Okay, so we have a big Facebook group now where people are joining Free Larry Langford. Does that make a difference? Do things like that really make a difference legally?
Well, what a lot of people are doing, they're trying to get to the Justice Department, because certain officials in the Justice Department can negate this trial. They can actually wipe the slate clean.
Right.
And that's what people are trying to reach out to do.
And the main person for that, I've been hearing this Holder person. Could you tell people who
Eric
that
Holder.
is? Mm-hmm.
That is the Attorney General for the United States.
I bet they didn't know that either.
Yeah, he came down to Selma, the Selma March last year, I believe it was.
Isn't he African American?
He is.
He is?
He is.
Huh, interesting.
Yes. But he is over the courts, the prosecutors, and everyone for the United States. So he has a very, very powerful position.
So we do need to continue to do what we're doing as far as trying to help people who we feel, may be innocent, or even if we don't feel that he was innocent, if we don't feel that it was fair, the things that we are doing can make noise.
Right. I mean, the trial, as far as the trial being fair itself, I believe that the prosecution kind of gave him exactly what he wanted, like change of venue and things like that, in order to prevent him from having a successful appeal. But when you have a jury who only deliberated 2 hours on 60 counts, that's where I have a serious problem. Mm-hmm. And hopefully if they find where the jurors did something improper and they can prove it, they can get an appeal done and have this trial reset.
We think 2 hours was improper enough. Hell, you ain't got to show me nothing else.
What you say?
Jessica, you had a question or a comment?
I was going to ask a question. How long do you think they should have taken back there?
With 60 counts.
Well, to say how long I think they should, I've had juries come back quickly. I've had them to deliberate for almost a week. I would think on 60 counts.
I mean, 60 counts.
Not 60 days.
60 counts, it should have been some days.
I would have thought it would have taken at least a full day, because the prosecutor who did closing arguments, it took her approximately 40 or 50 minutes to discuss each individual count. And they're supposed to discuss all the evidence, see what questions that each person has, and listen to each person's viewpoints. And for them to do that, it seems almost impossible that they discuss anything, because that's a very short amount of time for 60 counts, for them to sign the verdict forms, to even go through every verdict. It's impossible.
Yeah, so I don't think they did that. I think they just went and lit a cigarette and signed the paper. And
they probably like signed the paper, had lunch or something. They went to lunch and they signed the papers, right? Right? That what happened?
I don't know about that.
Yeah, that's what they did.
I know it was a quick verdict.
We're speculating.
Well, me and Eric was chit-chatting earlier, and they were just trying to go to the classic. That's all it was.
Oh, stop. Check this out. The first question asked, as the jury deliberated, was, did he act with corrupt intent? So, like, if you answer that one question and everybody says, well, yeah, and then you just go down and you check, guilty, guilty. You just do that 60 times. I still really don't think that with that one question being the first question that set the tone for this whole deliberation, that it should have ended the way it did. So, legally speaking, do you think that everything was done right from the beginning to get to that point?
Well, I wasn't involved in everything from the beginning, so I can't speak to that.
Okay.
But I do believe that their short deliberations should be investigated and looked at.
Okay.
Whether I think that he did it or not, that short deliberations on 60 counts, it's almost impossible as a trial lawyer to sit there and think, it was only 120 minutes for 60 counts. It seems impossible.
Okay. In the School of Hip Hop, we have an alarm going off, but trust me, it's not time to go. It's not time to go.
It's not.
I got scared.
Wake up, people. This is the truth you hear, all right?